Hello, land investors and outdoor enthusiasts. This is Josh with US Recland. We're bringing you a package deal here today, so we're going to jump right into it. So you might have received one of our email campaigns for discount land. We actually have a campaign here going. We have a bunch of discount land available, great prices on property. If you've been looking for land and you just don't have the money for some of those big lots, some of these smaller or cheaper lots might be perfect for you to get into a nice piece of land without breaking the bank. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to run through these real quick. But obviously, you can check them out on our website, usrecland.com, usrecland.com. You can also contact us at 330-615-2999. And also, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and click that notification bell. That way, you'll automatically be notified of any new land, any new discounts, deals, or campaigns, any specials that are going on with land. You never know when that perfect piece of property will come down the pipe for you that you've been looking for. All right. Well, we're going to get started. We're going to run through these. I believe we have about 10 properties. We have, I believe, 10 properties under $7,500. So definitely you can get some great land at discount prices here. So take advantage of it. We are offering a $150 Amazon gift card for any purchases prior to 11/20, November 20th, 2022. Okay, so if you purchase by, I believe that's a Sunday, November 20th, you will receive a $150 Amazon gift card for your Christmas shopping. We are also offering, in addition to that, because we like to bring you the best deals we possibly can, we also are waiving all fees, and we are recording to the county on your behalf for free. So for those that are counting, that's saving you about $800, $900 depending on the county. Okay, so there's savings there, plus the $150 Amazon gift card, plus our land is typically 25 to 30% under market value, and it's not an accident. We try to bring you guys the best deals we can to make purchasing land a no-brainer. All right, let's get into it. So the first property here is our Citrus County, Florida property, and we'll pull this one up here. We're asking $6,500 for this, and this particular property, let's see, yeah, since we're in Hernando, Florida, it's a 0.22 acre lot, just 0.03 shy of a quarter acre, and it's, again, Citrus County, Florida. Here's your parcel number of reference. Our zoning is modular, site-built, and mobile homes. There's no RVs. And guys, we get a lot of phone calls on the RV living full-time. Florida's really clamping down on that, and even areas where they're supposedly were quote-unquote grandfathered in, they're sometimes having board meetings and rescinding that because of issues. So just a heads up to those of you that are looking for that. It's going to be hard to find. To be quite honest with you, it might be easier just to kind of cooperate, follow the zoning, build a property, maybe put the cheapest building you can, modular home, mobile home, whatever is available within the zoning designation of the lot, and then just park an RV there. It's your primary residence, right? So that might be the way to get that. Build the minimal viable building that you can to fulfill the building requirements for the property, and then park the RV there is kind of a secondary thing. But again, that's something you'll have to check with the counties and if there's any other obstacles. But I know if I owned a property, I'd be parking my RV wherever the heck I want on my property if I have a primary dwelling. Catch my drift? All right. So at any rate, that's your zoning. No flood zone, no wetlands. There's power at the road. This is rural, so you're looking at well at septic. Taxes are nothing. $85 a year, nothing. And we'll look through some of the pictures for you. There's the frontage right off the road for you. And you've got some mature trees. And there are some homes in the area, so you have power immediately available. Nice little residential suburban lot. There's a higher elevation aerial on it. So it's rural living, but there's homes in the area. But that's good because then you're probably going to have electric, landline, internet, and things like that are probably already run, and they're probably near the front of the property for you. in there, you can see there's just a little small town rural living with a bunch of woods surrounding it intermittently. But yet you're right off main thoroughfares if you need to get anywhere. There you can kind of see wildlife management areas. The pin, that's the property. So if you need groceries, things like that, not right off the coast as well. So still living. About an hour, 20 minutes from Orlando, hour and a half from Tampa. And it looks like what, an hour and 5 minutes to Gainesville, so just a little bit over. All right, so let's go to our next property, Citrus. Now we are looking at this one. This is in Iosco County, Michigan. And this property, we're asking $5,250. And this one, this one I believe is Six Lakes, Michigan, I believe. But it's in Oscoda. So I apologize. Iosco County, Oscoda, Michigan. Here's your parcel number of reference. And this particular lot is 0.60 acres, and property tax is nothing, $7. Winter $251. No wetlands, no flood zones. This is part of a country club association, so by virtue of becoming a landowner, you actually have access to a number of amenities. No mobile homes or RVs on this property. Let's see here. Yeah. So you're actually, this lot is on a golf course, and you actually have, here's the HOA fees, $230 per year, and your HOA offers a dog park, docks, member recreation center, tennis courts, playgrounds, pavilions, game room, private access. There's actually private dock, private beach access on the Great Lake, and even more. You can check out all of the amenities. So for $230 a year, that's a lot of stuff there. Not to mention, if you're a golf enthusiast, there's a number of other golf courses in the area. You're never going to get bored. All right. So, not to mention, you're really close to the lake, for the Great Lake, for fishing and just kind of hanging out by the water. People tend to enjoy that in Upper Michigan. Okay. So let's take a look at this lot. And again, it's on a golf course. So we're on the golf course, but no mobile homes and no RVs here. Okay. And not trying to push people away. I just don't want you to waste time looking at properties that don't fulfill your requirements for how you'd like to use the land. All right, so there's the lot. You can see the golf course. Here's the green right here. And there's your hole there. All right. And here, and this property, there's actually a lake here, Cedar Lake, and then this is the Great Lake. Here's your property. So you have the lake, Stefan's R&R Resort, but then you also have private beach access. I think it's like right here with the dock as part of the HOA. Here's some of the other golf clubs. There's some over here too. Actually, if I was able to zoom in, there's probably 4 or 5 within a 15-minute drive of each other, not to mention all of the lakes. So really great area for a vacation home or maybe a retirement home. Really nice area. All right, there's the property outline here. There are houses on the road. Those are primary dwellings, so you've probably got power and things at the street. And let's go through it. There's another pin. There's another, you can see the fairway and your putting green. So right off the golf course, and there's a road right over there. Here's the Great Lake. Here's Cedar Lake. Here's the property. And then it looks like there's this other lake I missed. Yeah, there's another lake over here. So if you're a fisherman, or you like hanging out by the water, kayaking, canoeing, whatever, you're going to have a heck of a time up here. And there's the property. So we're in northern Michigan. This time of year in the fall, really pretty area. So now you can see Barefoot Beach Resort, 10 minutes. And then there is a Skoda Wordsmith Airport. There's an airport right around the corner as well. There's also Eagle Run Hiking Trail. There's a KFC. There you go. Family Fair Supermarket, Wordsmith Air Museum. And it looks like it's about 3 hours, 45 minutes from Grand Rapids. All right. So you got that one. We'll go to our next property. All right. Now we got another Iosco County. This one we're asking 6,249. This is just a hop, skip, and a jump from the other one. So if you want to bundle pack both, we would do a bundle pack for both. Just let us know and we'll work out a deal for you. All right. So this one is 0.39 acres. And here are your XY GPS coordinates for Google Maps, Google Satellite. Feel free to use that. Here's your parcel number, as always. And taxes $64 annually. Nothing to worry about there. Electricity and things available at the road already, so you're good to go. Just connect it to your build. And then, as always, you're rural, so you're looking at well and sewer. Contact the county for your requirements there to permit. All right. And you're looking at a wood frame home. So it can't be what that means, folks, to you is that has to be what's called a stick-built single-family dwelling. So no mobile homes, no modular homes. If I believe correctly, if I remember my conversation, they'll allow tiny homes so long as they meet their normal building standards and building code requirements. So you can build a smaller scale home, but you're still going to need to meet the residential requirements. And a lot of those residential requirements for code, quite frankly, they're just for safety. And some obvious things like you have to have a certain pitch on your roof for snow and ice load to make sure that the snow and ice falls off the roof and doesn't sit up there for ice damming. So a lot of that is just stuff you would want to do anyway, is what I'm getting at. You wouldn't want to build something that would be subject to the elements. All right, so pretty straightforward there. This one is, again, northern Michigan, a lot of golf courses, cool restaurants, hiking trails, fishing. Lake Huron is less than a half hour away. Let's pull some pictures. And this is right off the path here. It's this front corner lot right at the beginning of this, where these two roads split. You already have homes in the area. You definitely have power and things, power, internet. And there's a main expressway running through here as well. So you're just right off there. All right, there's that. There's garden supply, auto repair and parts. And again, you can see the number of nature conservancies, trails, and camps, kayak launches, and things. There you go. You can kind of see not too far from the coast here again. There you go. All right. So another Michigan property, northern Michigan. Really great properties for those that want a vacation home, retirement home. Again, they're super cheap, folks, and those properties with some of the amenities that are offered, that's great, especially for the price, $230 a year. Build yourself a nice home up there. You're going to have automatic equity, a nice place, a lot of stuff to do, a lot of activities. All right, so we got that. Now we got another Iosco County, and this one is sandwiched between Cedar Lake, again, right around the corner from the initial Iosco County that was on the golf course. This is sandwiched between Cedar Lake and Lake Huron, I believe. Let's see here. Well, let's go through the basics first. So here's your parcel number and your GPS coordinate, 0.28 acres. Summer tax 3396, winter tax 19. Nothing to write home about. Your zoning is a single family home, and feel free to contact the city of Greenbush to get specifics on your zoning. It doesn't say here, but there's no wetlands, no flood zone or wetlands, which is obvious because you have buildings and things here. So we'll show you. Let's see. Let's pull that. So the property has a road established, but this would have to be pushed about 25, 35 feet back to get to the front of your property, which isn't difficult to do for those of you that are experienced with any type of land development. You basically would just need to get to the front of your property. I think it's about, sorry about that, about 25, 35 feet from where the road comes down here a little ways. So not very far at all. That's why we have this property for $5,000. We probably would have otherwise, because it's so close to the lake, probably would have been around 9 or 10. But because you would need to push 20, 30 feet and do a little bit of land clearing to push to the front of your property, listed for 5,000. But again, anybody that knows anything about that, really not a big deal. If you get someone involved, or if you know how to do it yourself and can rent equipment, I mean, you're looking at maybe a day's work and you're good. All right, so let's go. Yeah, so you can see it is literally sandwiched between the lake, the inland lake, and the Great Lakes, and you can see the sand on the beaches. And here's all the golf courses. And again, it's right around the corner. Those other properties are up here. Um, I don't have it to scale compared to the other properties, but uh, they're right around the corner from this property as well. Again, if you want all three Iosca properties, we can work out a bundle deal for you to help you save a little bit of money. Again, all fees are waived. Free recording to the county. We'll record it for you for free. A lot of land companies just send you the notarized deed, and then you have to take it to the county and finish putting the property in your name. Something we do, so you would enjoy that, and your $150 Amazon gift card to help you get a jump start on your Christmas shopping. There it is, right here. Again, Sandwich Beach Club of Escoda, Headway South Resort, Barefoot Beach, Lamar Deuce Family Beach Resort, Lakewood Shores Resort. There's the golf course, the Wheat Links Golf Course. You can see. Yep. So here's the property sandwich right between Cedar Lake and the Great Lake, and then you have another lake to the south as well. Blackfire Golf Course. There's another. I said there. I counted. I remember there's like 5 or 6 golf courses, and they're all within 15 minutes of each other. So if you're a golf enthusiast and you like being by the water, these are the properties for you. Nice and cheap, and you can spend the bulk of your money on the actual build and building your dream property. You're not going to break the bank with the land that it's built on. All right. So get these while you can. Let's keep moving. We've got more properties to get to. All right, there's that one. And where are we? This property right here. This is in Jackson County. We're asking 7,069. It's 1.18 acre. And here's your parcel number for reference, XY coordinates for Google Maps, Google Satellite. And this is in the city of Alfred. Your zoning is RSF1. So that's yes to modular homes, site built or stick built homes, regular family dwelling, 1,000 square foot or greater. No mobile homes and no RVs for you guys that are looking for that. Just trying to help you out in your search. You don't waste time on this if that's what you're looking for. We do have other properties that allow that, so feel free to look at the website. All right, where we at? No floodplain. It is close to one, but being close to a floodplain is different than being in the middle of the primary floodplain credential. So there's flood zone declinations, and if you're in an A and it goes through a whole series of different zoning, that's one thing. So nature does what it's going to do. There is a partial wetland at the very back. There's a back sliver at the very back. And the reason we bought the property is because the wetland area that the sliver in the back is so small, it would have literally no effect on your building of the property, because you're not allowed to build up to the back boundary of the property anyway. You have to have a frontage and boundaries, and you have to be away from your parcel boundaries a certain square feet. For those of you that have never built on vacant land, zoning requires that. So you're not building a house on the back boundary anyway, so it's not going to impede any of your building plans. They'll be just fine on this property. Okay, so let's take a look at some photograph. All right, there's the frontage. It was a little bit of a overcast day on the images, but here's an outline of the property. Frontage is Grand Mesa. These are rural lots out here, and we have a number of Jackson lots. These lots are in a hot real estate market. So if you're someone who likes to do buy and hold land investing, or buy land and then eventually develop it and put rental properties or short-term rentals, you might want to get a stack of these Jackson lots. These are nice, quiet, rural areas. They're already subdivided and platted out. just waiting for buildings. There are other houses in the area, so they already have the electrical and other infrastructure and things like that. But as usual, you'll have to contact the county to get specifics on where exactly those hubs are at. But you can see nice little quiet subdivisions, little house here. There's a few houses dotted in, but still very rural. Folks tell us that we purchased the land from a lot of wildlife, a lot of deer, turkey, really good hunting areas around here as well. So if you want to build a small cabin, you're going to see wildlife and things. It's a really nice area. Okay. And you're not far from the coast here. So there you go, Panama City Beach. I think it's like 48 minutes to Panama City Beach. Not very far at all. If you wanted to hang out at the beach, see all the attractions and things for the day, and then retire to the peace and quiet of your nice little rural setting lot. Again, we'd be happy to put together bundle packs. We have a number of other Jackson County lots that are all within that same subdivision, within probably 5 minutes driving of each other. We do not have any that are side by side, so I'll just let you know that. But we do have a number of them that are literally within a bicycle ride of each other. So if you wanted to get multiple for buy and hold, or if you were looking to get a portfolio of properties to put mobile home, or excuse me, they don't allow mobile home, or no, do they? Do they allow mobile homes? Modular and site built, 1,000 square foot, which is basically a tiny home. No to mobile homes and RVs. So tiny home, modular, or standard dwelling size. You could build those and rent them out long term, or you could have a VRBO, something like that. Short term rentals, if they're allowed. Sometimes you have to look. Not every county does allow those, by the way. So. And so everybody knows we talk in general on these because there's so many different things, and literally the counties have board meetings every other week. So one minor detail can change unbeknownst to us. Even you always have to call and confirm. All right, next one. Let's take a look. So we got the Jackson lot, and then this another Jackson lot, and then we have another Levi on this. So this Jackson lot, we're asking 7,500. All of these properties are 7,500 and below. Over 1 acre in Compass Lake. This one's 1.25 acre. Here's your Google Maps coordinates. Alfred, Florida. This is the same as the other property. Modular and built homes has to be 1,000 square foot or greater, which is technically a tiny home. So if you built a 1,200 square foot property, it's a tiny home. Just has to meet normal residential and building code as it should. No problem. Easy peasy. There is a partial flood zone and partial wetland on this property, but I'm going to show you a little bit about that. So that's not going to be a big deal. Now remember, for those of you that haven't seen my flood zone wetland YouTube video, you should watch it. Wetlands doesn't mean that there's standing water, and it doesn't even necessarily mean that there's water at any point in the year on your property. In fact, there are a lot of wetlands that are designated that if you stood on them, it's perfectly dry land. It just has some different types of plants, fauna, trees. There's a certain specific way that they delineate wetland areas, and nature doesn't follow rules. It's very random. So I highly recommend, if you're scared to death of wetlands, watch the wetland video. It tells you specifically what's going on, and you very well might be looking for a wetland property. You just don't know it, but watch the video. So see our wetland video. Do not fear the wetlands if you have questions about that. But again, we'll look at this. So there is a partial wetland on it and a partial flood zone. But again, we look at properties and look, can I still build on it? If there's a corner of my property that's in a flood zone or a wetland, the other thing you have to consider, you're in Florida. You're 1,800 feet below sea level anyway. That's if you're looking for non-wetlands, you might want to go north. So let's take a look here. There's the front of the property. Got some mature trees and some conifers. You can see it's right here, right this back corner here, this area. That's where the wetland flood zone area is. this back corner. And again, the key is if this was right in the middle, yes, that would be a problem for us if we wanted to build on it. But because it's the back boundary line, you can, excuse me, but the county won't allow you to build a house right here anyway. It doesn't meet all of their zoning requirements on how far the dwelling structure has to be from the front, back, and your side boundaries. You wouldn't be able to build here anyway, so really it's irrelevant. But that water source is going to bring some wildlife in to the area, so that'll be nice. You can see wildlife off your back porch. So you'd be able to build and you find out what your setback is. I want to say it's 60 feet. So your house is about right here. Perfect to see wild game and things out back off your back porch. All right. There are other houses in the area, so we have power. And again, the other thing is these folks built right around you too. So people just get a little too crazy with the wetlands and the flood zones. They think that their house is going to get engulfed in 10 feet of water like some tsunami, and that's just not the case. All right, here's the property. Again, very rural living, just a few homes. So you're getting in. These are great investment lots. For anyone that wants to put together a portfolio of investment land, the Jackson County lots would be those lots. And quite frankly, I'd keep one for myself. Honestly, I would keep my favorite for myself, and then hold the other ones, and then use them as an investment. Either buy and hold them for 5, 7, 10 years, and then flip them for 2, 3, 4, 5 times more than I bought them, or develop them and make them cash flow for long-term rental, short-term rental, whatever we can. All right, let's go here. You can kind of see there's the location, immediate access to the expressway. And there's another pin. You can see the location. Again, it's just that back corner that's the wetland flood zone, not impactful to your building plans because you'd have to build up closer to the road anyway, and significantly further closer to the road, actually. But well, not to mention you don't want to have to dig the driveway back that far. That would cost you more money, nor do you want to run the utilities from the road that far back. That would cost you extra money. That would just not make sense. All right. So, and again, not far from Panama City Beach, all these nice coastal beaches, and a number of nature conservancies, hiking trails, tons of lakes and rivers to kayak, a lot of hunting as well. A lot of big deer in that Jackson County area, according to the folks we talked to. All right, let's keep going. That one. Now we're in Levi County, Florida. This one's 7,500 as well. 0.25, so a quarter of an acre. It's in Williston Highlands. And the zoning on this one is rural, residential rural, which is yes to modular and site-built homes. Your building plans have to be approved by the county building department. That's typical of a new build on vacant land anyway. Yes to residential design mobile homes, no RVs. Again, a lot of counties are cracking down on the RVs, you guys. So you're just going to have to build something on the property to get your RV there. And if it were up to me, I would build the smallest viable building per the zoning guidelines that I could build. Now I have a primary residence. Now I'm parking my vehicles in my RV there. Wink, wink, nod, nod, right? What could they say to that? It's your primary residence. So that's what I would do. And I know that costs money. I get it. But if you've got the money to buy an RV, you can come up with the money to build a small mobile home, modular, or things like that. If that's what you really want to do, you'll find a way. So just a suggestion to those of you that still want to make it work and have a private lot for your RV in Florida. Not to mention you're improving the property. So if you ever sold it, you're going to make more money. Not to mention you now have a place where you can put another building. People can stay. et cetera, et cetera. Okay. No wetlands, no flood zones, taxes, $185 a year. Again, nothing's going to break the bank. You got fronted on 2 roads here. So Southeast 130th, Southeast 129th. So that's really nice. There are homes in the area, but still rural living. You got power, probably internet, probably phone on the street. So you can see this is rural living. There it is right there. There's the lot here. And here's the highway. There you go. Coffee Break Farm, pond, trailhead, campground, state forest. Again, for the nature outdoor enthusiasts, you're always going to have really cool stuff in Florida around you to do. So you're not going to get bored if you're active. And here's the coast and Wildlife Refuge State Park. But there's the pin on the property, so you can see all of these things are within a stone's throw, right there. And there's a higher elevation one for you, just to give you an idea how far off the coast. So you get the benefit of rural living, and if you want to go to the beach for the day and go to the coast and see the attractions, have dinner or lunch at the restaurant, that's your prerogative. All right. So we'll move on from that one. It'll switch. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got up here. We got a Putnam County for $5,000. And this one is 0.23 acres. It's in Satsuma, Florida. It's rated R2. Yes to site-built, manufactured, tiny homes, and they only have a minimum square foot of 500. So for those of you that are looking for a tiny home lot, this might be the one for you. And 500 square foot, I mean, that's nothing. You've heard me say on here before, that's an outhouse. So if you can't figure out a build for 500 square feet, minimum square foot, I mean, you're just not trying. All right. And no flood zone, no wetlands, taxes, $115. And they do allow mobile homes, but they have to be manufactured after 76. No old mobile homes that are rusting out, anything like that. And there's a picture of the front of the property. You can see power, nice blue sky, really nice trees. I really wouldn't knock many of those down. And you have some open areas, so you can work with the contour of the land to find the best build site and minimize your work to prep the build site. But you can see there's homes in the area here. Nice street right there with your power and things. Nice residential build lot. Really nice. Nice and flat too. So there's a greater view. You can see as you move to the east, it's a little bit more rural. And then the St. John's River is just right around the corner. Really great fishing. There's some RV parks and things over here, some restaurants and other attractions, hiking trails, all kinds of cool stuff. But you can see the river waterway system here. You're just kind of in the epicenter of all of this going on. And then that dumps into the lake. What lake? Yeah, St. John's River into what, Crescent Lake down here. And then there's another lake down there. Yeah, Lake George. So this whole St. John's River system drains. And so for you fishermen, St. John's River, world renowned bass fishing, and all these other lakes here, not to mention you got the coast. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from world renowned beaches. Literally, again, same theme carries over. It's not an accident. We filter for certain types of properties because you guys like them, where you can live a little bit inland, but you're not too far from the coast and have the best of both worlds. Rural living, but I can go to the beach and go to the attractions, go shopping, go to the restaurants, go to the cafe, and hang out. All right. Okay. So there's one Putnam for you. And then this property, we're asking $6,500. And this one is 0.34 acres. This is in Interlochen, Florida. Google Maps, Google Y coordinates, parcel number. And R1A, yes to site-built manufactured homes and tiny homes, minimum 500 square foot. No mobile homes on this one, but tiny homes are allowed as long as they meet residential building code and requirements, which you would have to meet anyway on a standard lot. So no big deal. They're just letting you build something smaller than the average dwelling, which is going to save you money in the long run anyway. All right, no flood zone wetlands, $108 taxes annually. Nothing to look at there. So here's a really nice picture of the front. And you can see there's power here. So decent conifers mixed in with some other brush. Residential lot. I would say a suburban residential lot. This isn't really that rural, unless there's some rural woods surrounding, and I think there is. Yeah, there's some lakes. There's a little bit of development, and again, these lots are great for investing. And when I say investing, that could be buy and hold, long-term rental, short-term rental, or maybe you live in it for 5 or 6 years and then sell it for 2 or 3 times as much as you bought it for. These are all markets that are on the upswing and have a nice up curve over the next 10 years. All right. There you go. There's one. A lot of lakes and things here. And here's the expressway. Here's the lot right here. Look at all those lakes. Fisherman's paradise. Get on my golf course with my cooler, tackle box, and pole. Let's go. There it is right here. So yeah, it's a little rural once you get outside of the outskirts of town, but the lot itself is residential. So you definitely have power and amenities immediate to the front with all the other folks in the area. There you go. You can see again. You can jump over to the coast anytime. Gainesville is literally dead west if you want to go shopping, restaurants, hang out for the day. And Orlando is what, 2 hours, just under 2 hours south. And 42 minutes to Gainesville. So not far at all. Go Gators. All right. So we got that one for you. Let's go to page 2. All right. So we got this one for Putnam. What is that? Yeah, we're doing 75 or 100 or under. That one doesn't quite make the cut. So there we go. There it is. Okay, that. And we have one more, Taylor County. And this is just a little residential suburban lot as well. We're asking $6,500, 0.18. It is a buildable lot. So this one is just nice and tucked away. There's just a little lot. There are homes in the area, so you have your power and things right immediate to the front of your property, which minimizes your out-of-pocket expense to connect. The zoning is residential RSF1, excuse me. So mobile homes, yes. To modular homes and site-built homes, yes. To mobile homes, there's no minimum square foot. So tiny homes would also be allowed here. One dwelling allowed per lot. No RV living. Again, they're clamping down on that, guys. Flood zone, there is a partial flood zone, which is a higher level declination, which is least likely to even have a flood. But again, it's nature, so it's really hard to predict anyway. But definitely not a flood zone A or B, which is one of the first 2 declensions for flood zone. You don't need to worry about it. There is no wetland declination on it. And yes, they are 2 different things, by the way. Because you've got a 100-year floodplain where scientists are trying to predict that every 100 years you'll have a flood. Doesn't mean at the 100-year mark you'll have a flood. You might go 150 and never have one, which most humans aren't going to make it that long, and they'll never experience one. All right. Utilities would be well and separate. Taxes are $70 a year, nothing. So this lot, if you're looking for an investment lot, this is a good one as well, particularly this one because it's so cheap. Something on it, a mobile home a tiny home built on it, rent it out, use that, or just hold the property, buy and hold it as part of a portfolio. But again, remember, for every property that's available under 7,500, we're waiving all the fees and recording for free, which is already saving you some money. And since we own these properties outright and don't have to go through a middleman, we can usually transact your deed fairly quick. We have to wait on the county, but most counties are pretty good about getting it turned around in 3 or 4 days, 2 or 3 days, so we can get the transaction completed for you. And then when it's done, you don't have to lift a finger. We've already recorded the notarized deed to the county for you. The only thing left to do is develop the property and start planning. Okay, so it's a little different than some of the other land companies that just send you the notarized deed to finish. So there you go, and that's it. Those are the properties. Now, again, remember what we're doing is these are all properties under $7,500. Really great, efficiently priced properties. Great to put a discount portfolio of land together, and also earn yourself a $150 gift card. Buy one or more pieces of land, and we'll give you a $150 gift card towards your Christmas shopping. And not to mention, again, you're enjoying all of the waived fees on the property processing and the free recording. So if you buy multiple properties, you're saving even more because they're waived for all properties. Okay, so please subscribe to the website, usrecland.com. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you can find more land videos and overview videos just like this one. Until next time, happy land hunting.